Hi everybody, Indigo Twin here with your reading for the up and coming week. That would be from the 10th, 10th of October through to the 16th. So I hope we've had a great week and we've been working hard on clearing up some of our energies, especially the feminine after last week's reading. Now, I've just decided to move things around a bit, so I may get a bit clumsy with doing them as it's in a different format, but I thought it'd be better for everyone to see the cards upright rather than to the side. So let's see how that goes. First of all, you may notice, and the red cards up here. Now, this was here last week, but it was in a different placing. So for those of you who've watched before, this is the masculine, the partnership, feminine, and this is sort of the immediate past, kind of the present, and more looking towards the future along here. So let's just have a look at some of the cards here. So I want to, I'm actually going to focus on the feminine first because of the card that's come up, the set. Now, we do recall that set was all about causing a bit of chaos. Really sort of looking, it's like, causing delays, problems at all levels, okay? So last week where it was placed was kind of in this area. So it's good to see that it's kind of moving to the past. So we're still carrying through some of those energies from last week. However, it is moving away. So great work that we've been working on those areas. But I get this strong feeling because it's come up again that it's almost like the feminines were doing the work, doing really well, and it's almost like they sort of got to a point where, okay, getting a bit fed up here, doing all this work, not seeing much results for that. However, this card is all about the ego, okay? Being that it's the card of the ego, it's in a sense we get wrapped up in this ego place where we become a bit complacent and go, okay, well, it's all good. Whatever will be, will be, will be. Well, that's not the case. I get the feeling that the feminines have kind of dropped the ball a bit in the past week, and that would explain this card being down here last week because that's what really was the root of everything right there. So, look, it's not all bad. It just means that we need to do a little bit more work and, really focus on what we're here to do. I mean, this is 3D stuff. This is ego. This is the ego coming in and going, you know what? Yeah, don't worry about that stuff. Look, go out, go work, get your money, go off and buy all your material possessions because this is what this is too. It's all about material possessions. We don't want that, okay? What we want is unconditional love. That's why we're here. That's our purpose. That's our reason. That's our mission. And if we're looking at a twin flame soul partnerships thing, this has got to go. This really has got to go. Okay, that's it. It doesn't fit in this. So it's really asking us to question where we're about here, what we're doing. So very important for us to really just go on. Remember, he was a destroyer. He destroyed Osiris. So we want to use these energies to, rather than destroy this, to destroy our ego, to really let go of it, really put it behind us because it's not serving us any purpose whatsoever. So we really need to, let that go, really let that go. So I really wanted to focus on this now just to get it out the way, to sort of go, all right, we're done with that one now. Let's move on and see what else is happening. I've got here also, look, let's just go the feminine today, okay? So we'll go the feminine first and we'll go back to the masculine because there's something interesting in that masculine energy. And there's also something really interesting in the partnership energies as well. So let's just go down and focus on the feminine today, just to switch things up a little bit. Now notice here we've got Anubis. Now you can probably see that a lot better now. Anubis. What is Anubis? The jackal-headed protector, okay? Anubis means that we're protected at all levels, okay? We're protected. The divine is protecting us. The divine is helping us to reach unconditional love. That's what our mission is all about. We really need to focus on reaching that unconditional love. And this is what Anubis is telling us, to keep doing the work. Don't drop the ball. We are this close. If we slip back into these energies, then we ain't going to move forward at all. And I can guarantee that. So we really need to sort of step into our own, really let go of this stuff, let go of the ego. It's no longer going to serve us. We need to feel the love. We really need to go in and get that. So we are being protected. We are being navigated towards unconditional love. We just need to be mindful of that and really understand that this work doesn't stop. In fact, even when we become in a 3D relationship with our partners, the work won't stop. We are being protected. We're being guided. Ask angels for help. Ask the goddesses, the gods for help. The divine. They're there for us. We need to trust. We need to have faith, because we will get there. We will get there eventually, but we need to do the work. Okay, so moving on here, and just going back here, coming to terms with life's problems, letting go of the past, really clearing out. Clear it out. Absolutely clear out. So just going to the crook and flail here. Okay, so what's the crook and flail? It's the emblem of the Pharaoh's authority. It means self-discipline. Okay, it really means to us what we need to be doing is focusing on our self-discipline, understanding and knowing what our mission is all about, really going into that love and feeling it. The overall impression that I'm getting here is that we really are still very much working on the higher realms, the higher levels. As far as sort of it coming into 3D union, yes, we've got Jupiter in Libra, and that's great, because that's really helping us, that's really guiding us. However, this reading, this up and coming week is telling me, and I mean, there are a few astrological instances happening around there. Now, I won't go into depth on those because I could spend an hour on doing that. So let's just focus in on this crook and flail. Okay? It's telling us to do the work. Now, it's very symbolic, this crook and flail. Really, that authority, mastering that ego, really coming into play. Okay, it's very, very important. I can't stress it enough how much, we will all benefit from this. So really, divine feminines, I really, really be mindful of this. Don't stop now. Don't stop now. Yes, we have free will. We have the choice to get off the roller coaster if we wish. And if that's the case, then, go ahead. That is everyone's choice to be able to do that. However, we're doing well. We've come a long way. Even if you look at yourself, sit down and reflect to yourselves how much you've done in the past 12 months, how far you've come in the past 12 months. There's your indicator of where you're going. If you just look back for a moment to think where you were and where you are now. Okay, so moving on. Coming to the masculine. Now, I know we've all seen this card before, the Buckle of Isis. And we've had the water several times. Now, we haven't had the Sphinx a lot. I think we may have had the Sphinx, probably about a month ago, perhaps. So just sort of hone in on those energies, because we've got this Sphinx energy here. We've got water, which is emotions, fluidity. Then we've got the buckle of Isis, the growth with sacrifice. So how does this all work out? Now, interestingly enough, and I'll highlight that now before we go in. Water, air, earth, fire. We've got all 4 elements here today. All 4 of Horus's sons right here in front of us today. So it's interesting that we've got all these elements. The masculine having the water element. Okay, let's go into the Sphinx. What's the Sphinx all about here? Okay, the Sphinx very much in itself is patience. It's observation mode. Sit back, be patient, say nothing, basically. That's what that means. And I know the feminines are probably going, right, what does that mean? Well, let's have a look at this. Feminine's working on clearing out the ego. Masculine's sitting there. He's done his work. He's coming into his higher self a lot, because we've had that a lot in the past few weeks. There is not much he can do while the feminine's in this energy. Hence the patience. Then in the partnership, we have air. Now, air is all about clearing out the cobwebs. It is communication, but what I'm sensing here is the communication with the higher power, the divine, really connecting into the divine. This is what's going on. Feminine mastering the ego, masculine being patient and slowly, slowly working behind the scenes with that. And then the air here, just kind of keeping the status quo. It's almost like a gentle wind, a gentle breeze, just saying, okay, it's here. Okay, we're just going to breeze along slowly, slowly. Now, I've actually pulled out the Sphinx, because it's actually quite an interesting symbolism around the Sphinx, and obviously we know what it is. So, this is all about secrets, keeping secrets. That's what the masculine's doing. He's really keeping his heart, he's keeping his heart to himself. He's not wearing his heart on his sleeve. He's there, but he's just sitting by. So what is the Sphinx? Now I'm going to read this out, so I, can't remember it all off by heart. But let's have a look. It's both the Egyptians and the Greeks actually featured Sphinx-like characters in their mythology. Okay, we have seen those quite clearly. Now the Egyptian Sphinx was benign, whereas the Greek version, which is referred to the supreme embodiment of the enigma, was something of a test. It sported a woman's head, lion's body, a serpent's tail, and eagle's wings. That's Pegasus, and was eventually dispatched by Oedipus when he was able to answer its famous riddle. So Jung considered it a passive mother symbol, and it is generally agreed that the 4 aspects of its appearance represent the tetramorphs, or the 4 elemental principles. Interesting enough that we've got 4 elemental principles here. The Giza Sphinx, however, to which the Egyptians gave the name Harmachis, has vastly different connotations, although in one sense it also poses riddles that cause one to stop and think about the answers. According to the esoteric tradition, it is this synthesis of the science of the past, and its qualities are both observatory and uniting. Being a combination of animal and man, the Sphinx carries a deep but emphatic message. Wisdom, it tells us, is not the prerogative of man alone, and can only really be attained through a combined understanding of both orders of existence. Before we can return to the light from which we originated, we must come to terms with both the instinctive and the rational aspects of our nature. To comprehend the instinctive is to flow with the natural laws of the universe, and therefore to be in tune with all other aspects of creation as well as Homo sapiens. The leonine body reminds us that we, too, are basically of the animal kingdom. Rather than divorce ourselves from our brothers therein, we should employ the brain power we have been given in this time zone to engender harmony, love, and constructive creativity, rather than the reverse, which seems to come much more easily to mankind as a whole. Okay, so just from reading that, this is what's going on. This is where the masculine is at. He's actually figuring this out. He's really starting to come into his own and mastering the things that have gone before him. And really, he's being patient. He's keeping it to himself. He's holding his cards to himself right now. He's starting to figure out that this is something bigger. Now, I get the message that he has definitely had the feminine on his mind a lot. And it's almost like the emotions are there, you see. The emotions are there. The emotions are there. He's feeling, he's reflecting on life, reflecting now if the partnership has actually been in the 3D, if there has been physical contact, then this is where he's reflecting. He's reflecting how good that is. He's reflecting any sort of communication, be it phone calls, video chats, Skypes, whatever it is in this modern age. He's reflecting on all those. It's almost like he's playing through this in his head, in his mind, but he's actually feeling it more in the heart. And there's almost like I get a sense of sadness around it, kind of being torn between, and this comes down to the buckle of Isis, the growth with sacrifice. It's a very feminine card. So I'm getting the strong sense that the masculine is really, really coming into a lot of emotions. I wouldn't say weighing up his options. I don't think that's an issue. Although with the Jupiter in Libra, that could be a possibility, but I'm not seeing it that clearly here. Let me just... No, he's reflecting on life. That's what that is about. He's reflecting on life. Sitting back, being patient, saying nothing, reflecting, looking at the possibilities, the growth. What does he need to sacrifice in order to come into divine union? That's the strong sense that I'm getting from these cards. Strong sense. Okay, let's go to the partnership now. Okay, the air. As I said before, air is about clearing away the cobwebs. This as also is a son of Horus. Okay, he's the hawk-headed son of Horus. So air is all about travel, communication, speed, commerce, clearing away cobwebs. This is what's going on here. So on the 3D, this is what the masculine and feminine are doing. However, on the 5D, there is this sense of clearing things out. Now, air being sort of a higher thing, we think about it as higher levels, comes into earth. So, in the 5D, there is the souls communicating with one another, discussing and working out. When these mastery of ego is sorted out, when we've sort of got through what we need to do, we're going to ground it. Okay? However, this grounding can't take place if this hasn't occurred. Now I'm saying it's more the feminine. Okay, so this is where we get nice and grounded. Okay, so now what if the Earth is the ape-headed son of Horus? Now, think about Earth. We live off the Earth. We thrive on the Earth. What this is saying is that part of our mission is actually guarding the Earth. That's part of our mission, bringing in unconditional love, nurturing it. It's hard. It's a hard-working card. And everyone, the collective, because this is like a farmer's type card as well. So it's kind of like really reaping the harvest and working on it and bringing it into fruition. This is where we need to focus on, really grounding that. So whilst we're working on mastering our egos, dealing with our emotions, we also need to be looking at the ways that as a collective group of twin souls, soulmates, karmic connections, soul partnerships, really, really clearing the earth, getting rid of it, really pushing away, coming back to love, love of ourselves, most of all, love of ourselves, love of our Mother Earth. It's so appropriate that we've got the air, the earth, and then right down here we have the fire, the core. And as you know, this is card number 11 in the deck of the Cartouche cards. The phoenix rising from the ashes, higher self, 3D self, phoenix coming through, rising through, bringing in creativity, valor, loyalty. That's what the twin flame partnership is all about. It's courage, it's strength, it's the 11 card, the 1-1 card. It is there. It is there for us. We just need to focus on the work. Yes, yeah, we do. We really need to just burn this. We are going to be like phoenixes rising from the ashes. That's what this is. We really need to get out there and be these phoenixes rising from the ashes. That is how we're going to come into union. We still have a lot of work. And, I've spoken to people, their unions are happening, they're starting to begin. That's because they're doing the work. And I'm not saying that we don't all do the work, but we can become complacent. I know I have become complacent sometimes as well. Okay, so just remember, feminines, that's what we need to do. Our masculines are sort of sorting themselves out. Theirs is really more on the 5D, ours is sorting out our 3D. So there's not a lot more to sort of say about that. It's pretty straightforward. So today might be a shorter reading than last week. Last week we went for quite a while. So let's pull another card. Okay, Horus. We've got the Horus card here. The father of the air, the earth, the fire, the water. Horus. Okay, Horus is the healer. He's the son of Isis and Osiris. He's the healer. This talks about he's the all-seeing eye. There's physical healing. There's a lot of courage and harmony, creativity in there. There are strong healing powers. So it's saying that if we're doing the work, then we really will benefit from this. All of us will benefit from this in the end. We'll get rid of any illnesses, diseases, things like that. Often it's kind of a healing of the mind, being that the eye of Horus represents the pineal gland or the third eye. Okay, so we really need to particularly clear those chakras. This is what I'm getting, a strong sense of clearing the third eye chakras and opening our hearts. And perhaps when we go into the Isis Oracle ritual, then it may just give us something that will actually help us do that. So I will do that now. I'm going to shuffle the cards of the Isis Oracle. These are the Alana Fairchild cards, and then we'll go through the ritual. So we'll just focus in, if we can just put our energies into the Isis, goddess of love and light. Please guide us to the healing that we need to do in this coming week in order to work closer to union. Interesting, a card just popped out, so I'm just going to pull one of these first when I split the deck and see what comes up. And then I'll be guided to see which particular message that we need to do. So what have we got here? The wings of Isis. Okay, lovely. The scales of balance. Okay, this is perfect. This is perfect. The scales of balance. The ancient tantra of the soul. I'm not sure if this one has come up before. Okay, I'll do the ritual in the scales of balance. However, I'll just quickly read a little bit about the wings of Isis. Okay, because I get the strong sense that there's a message in both of them. So let's have a look. I'll just pull out the book to actually read the wings of Isis and go through. We can go through the incantation, but I'm getting the strong message that this is where we need to focus because we really need to balance some chakras here. So the wings of Isis suggests that we have special spiritual relationships with the angelic worlds, and part of your soul purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values such as fearlessness, compassion, and service into this human culture. This oracle brings you angelic assistance and intervention and confirmation that any impressions you may have had that you belong not only to the human kingdom but also to the angelic one are correct. Okay, I'm just going to say the incantation for this one. So as I say them, just repeat after me. Angel goddess, wings of white, help my angelic soul take flight. I call upon angelic intervention. Align my life with divine perfection. My soul and inner angel are one. In my body, integration has begun. Angel goddess, wings of love, you protect me from below and above. That's really great for this energies there, okay? That would be a really good incantation. Now, I'm going to go to the scales of balance because I know, especially with what's going on with the feminine, the scales of balance is the perfect card, and no wonder it jumped out, because that's where the message really needed to be, and also for us to connect with the angels as well. So the scales of balance. You are a tantrika, an initiate on the path of divine healing of the masculine and feminine. The two sacred polarities that are universal to human experience. As these energies come into mutual respect and balance, you attain great power, presence, and healing effect in the world of the soul and in the human world of forms here on this earth. You are supported in further exploring this path now under the auspices and blessings of beloved Isis. You are in the process of sacred relationship, healing of the divine, masculine, and divine feminine energies within your own soul. This is the advanced spiritual path of Tantra. It is the connection of the body and soul. The effect of this inner divine relationship healing is genuine enlightenment of the mind and the body. The body becomes a living, sacred temple of light, energy, and wild aliveness. This embodiment can be experienced in movement, in deep stillness, in vitality, and in quietness. You are a Tantrika, a sacred priest, priestess of the Tantric arts. Some people mistakenly believe that Tantra is simply about sexuality, but it is in the truth, the journey of the soul, to bring masculine and feminine polarities into wholeness, love, unity, and empowerment. To learn to be the enlightened path in every element of your being. This is soul-building work that is in great service to spiritual healing and evolution of humanity, which is in deep need of those such as yourself, who can help create sacred connection between mind and body. It might be through your own personal healing of your body, mind connection, and perhaps through your healing services for others that you walk your tantric path. It might be done in a private way or in an obvious way. What matters is that it feels right for you. Walking this path authentically is a choice to live in dedication to the sacred work of Isis, who taught us about the creative power that could come of healing the relationship between masculine and feminine consciousness. You are guided to accept this healing through learning to balance the masculine and feminine energies within yourself and your relationships with others. Balancing give and take, directing and flowing, play and solitude are ways to do this now. Learning to feel as comfortable as possible with your sexual and spiritual nature, seeing how they can complement rather than compete each other is helpful too. Connection with the body is the most powerful form of healing for the feminine energy as it holds the secrets to divine feminine wisdom. This can occur through movement, dance, and yoga that is based on body awareness and presence rather than necessarily involving fast-flowing postures that may take you more into your head than your body. You can come more into your body through time in nature, swimming, laying in the sun, resting or walking, provided that you stay present to the physical sensations you experience. This article also comes as a guide for your path of inner healing and service. You are encouraged to explore divine masculine and feminine healing within yourself, specifically at this time. This may involve forgiveness of past relationships with significant males or females in your life. It may also require an adjustment of softening to allow in feminine wisdom, or cutting out some distraction or draining situations or relationships that minimize your sense of your own power and capacity to use masculine wisdom well. If you also drew the Oracle of Healing, the Divine Masculine, then you are actively encouraged to explore Tantra as a personal healing journey this lifetime. You're also guided, if in healing work with others, that you help others heal through exploring the interplay of masculine and feminine energies. It might be through connection of mind and body, through inner and outer worlds, through sexuality and spirituality, joining for healing. Enjoy the unfolding journey, beloved initiate, for it will be highly creative and could involve art, movement as dance, or yoga, breathwork, and much more. Okay, so let's begin the ritual, and firstly we'll begin it with the incantation. Now you can also use this incantation whenever you may feel a little bit out of balance. So I suggest that throughout the week, if you're starting to feel a bit coming back into this energy, then do say the incantation or do the whole ritual. You will know this because you'll actually feel drained. So if you're feeling drained and feel like you've been pulled in too many directions or too many demands are being made of you, or you're just not quite feeling yourself, then it's time to actually work on the scales of balance within. So repeat this after me. The scales are balanced with perfection. Feminine and masculine in divine connection. Surrender and strength, body and soul. Together are loved, united and whole. I know when to act and when to rest. Scales of balance allow harmony to vest. Deep within I am now at peace. As in balance I effortlessly now release. I feel balance, wholeness and vitality. As I balance and heal my divine humanity. Now you will need a soft blanket or a covering and a comfortable place to lie down and a place where you won't be disturbed. You may like to light a candle or have soft lighting. Lay down in a comfortable position, preferably on your back with one hand resting on your pubic bone below your belly and one hand resting near your heart. Focusing on the breath, imagine that you can breathe all the way down to your belly, feeling it rise and fall with the breath. Imagine thoughts falling away, and all you notice is the breath. If you start thinking, it is a trigger to go back to the breath and the rise and fall of the belly and chest under your hands. Allow your energy in the belly to grow, like a bright sun growing with the breath. Neither too warm nor too cool, just growing comfortably, fed by the breath. Allow the energy to grow until it flows all the way down your legs. You may feel sexual energy stirring as you focus the breath, and if so, just stay relaxed and focus on your hand resting on your belly and the energy growing and spreading through your body in a pleasant, comfortable way. As your awareness goes deeper within, imagine that you can become aware of the heart chakra. Become aware of this center in your chest, being nourished with the energy that is growing deep in the belly. Imagine the energy rising from the belly and warming the heart, and love from the heart responding and traveling down into your belly. Keep the sensations comfortable and relaxed, allowing thoughts to drift away as you more deeply engage with your body. Allow yourself to take your awareness deeper into the space within your body. With peaceful respect and patient love, it will open to you. Starting with your awareness resting on your belly and then in your heart, imagine as if a powerful inner light is flicked on, and your awareness grows, becoming sensitive to the light that is within your body. You may feel, see, or sense light, love, sexual and spiritual energy, or simply the sensation of being aware within your body. whatever you feel is perfect for you at the time. Feel the love of your heart growing and the energy in the belly flowing. The more aware you are of your body, the more deeply you shall descend into tantric awakening of the body of light, that perfectly balanced masculine and feminine consciousness brought to life in an awakened body. It feels beautiful, peaceful, sublime, and very alive to be in such a state. Stay with this sacred communion process until you feel you are ready to re-emerge more whole and refreshed. And when you are ready, just open your eyes. And quietly, as you come out of your experience, say aloud, I love and approve of myself unconditionally. I call upon those beings who love me unconditionally and ask for healing, protection, and assistance so that any negativity or clearing that occurs from my work today be released with the least harm to myself or others. May I be blessed. Now, don't estimate the power of this exercise. Though it is a simple practice, it is very strong. So be gentle with yourself in the days following as you integrate the healing. And I really strongly believe that it has a lot to do with this that's going on here. It is strong. So if you're going to do the ritual, again, be mindful it's not something that can be rushed. It's probably better closer to bedtime than it is to start your day, because it can be quite tiring and relaxing. So yeah, it's not something to sort of go through, grab yourself a cup of coffee and rush out the door. Definitely something to do more so, I believe, at night, where you can then go into that beautiful, peaceful place in there. So that's this coming week's reading. Thank you so much for all your likes and subscribers. I'm amazed at just how quickly the subscription list has grown. It's beautiful. It's lovely, and thank you for all the comments and the emails. And I'm so glad that you've enjoyed this. And I enjoy working with the Cartouche and Isis. I have very strong connection with this. So it's great to be sharing this with everybody, and I do know that it will help. And I wish you blessings for the week, and take care. Stay relaxed. Stay in your place. Take that away. Remember, you're an angel. You're a divine being. Just work on yourself. I know the masculines will be working on themselves. The feminines will be working on themselves. That's important. That's really, really important. And I look forward to our reading next week. Have a lovely, blessed week. Thank you, and bye for now.